Hey guys, what's going on? What are you doing here? These? Just nothing. Wait a minute, it's like 3:30 in the morning. How did you get in my house? Okay, seriously? I have money upstairs. If you need it, I will go get it. Just don't kill me. Just don't. Oh, you're not. Oh, good. You freaked the crap out of me, man. I'm actually really glad that you're not here to kill me because I have some stuff I want to talk about. Now that you're here, I might as well talk to you about it, right? Actually, not here. I know it's a little late, but I'll review the new Godzilla movie. Because I saw it. Might as well review it, right? But I will warn you, it's not going to be a positive review. Alright. Now that you've got that out of your system, can I actually talk about it? Jeez. Sorry you can't take opinions. But in all seriousness, I did see the new Godzilla movie. I am going to review it. Though, if you follow me on pretty much any social media site, you probably already know what I think of it. But I'm going to still do it anyways. Also, I figured since you guys have pretty much seen the movie by now, I'm sure it's Tuesday. It's been out for a couple of days. I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. I'm just going to spoil it. So, yeah, if you don't want spoilers, don't watch this. So, it's pretty safe to say that the summer movie season has pretty much started. I mean, we got Winter Soldier, which was excellent. Then we got Amazing Spider-Man, which was a lot of fun, a little messy and convoluted, but a lot of fun nonetheless, especially because of Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. And Dan DeHaan, he actually did really good as well. Now we're on to the next big summer movie to be excited about, Godzilla. I gotta tell you guys, I was genuinely like freaking pumped to see this movie. I was so excited. The trailers looked fantastic, had Bryan Cranston in it, Godzilla looked amazing. I was so geared to see the movie. I still remember when they first showed, like, the first, like, teaser trailer, or the first trailer, whatever, for the movie came online, and just seeing the imagery of the soldiers falling down, the red smoke, and just all that stuff, I was like, oh my god, this looks so good! Then, honestly, just the more different trailers and more stuff was coming out about it, and I just got more and more excited about it. Like, all these things just made it look like it was going to be probably one of the best movies that we're going to get this year. And so as the days gone on, my excitement was just building up and building up and building up, and finally, the day had come. So after work, grabbed my friends, grabbed my tickets, grabbed my 3D glasses, because I was going to see it in 3D because it was in the good theater. So yeah, we all got excited. We went into and found our seats, and we got some good seats, so 2 thumbs up for that. I was sitting there, and I had my nachos, which were surprisingly good at my movie theater, and I had my large cherry icy that I always have. I always have a cherry icy. I don't know why, it's just my thing. And then it was time for the movie to actually start. Now, I love the opening of this movie. I loved the way they kind of were just like, they weren't telling you like the past or anything, but they were like showing you these mysterious pictures and showing you like atomic bombs and stuff. Like, it looked really cool. And then the movie kick-started and we saw Bryan Cranston. And Bryan Cranston, oh my god, he's so good in this movie. Then again, when is the guy good? I mean, come on, it's Bryan Cranston. And then the film shoots like 15 years later into the future, and we see Aaron Taylor Johnson, who plays the adult version of Bryan Cranston's son, who we saw earlier in the movie. And in the movie, he's married to Elizabeth Olsen, which is kind of weird, especially if you're excited for Avengers 2, because they play twins in that movie. I don't know, maybe they watch a lot of Game of Thrones. I don't know. But anyway, so at this point, they start kind of building up to what I'm assuming is going to be the first potential look at Godzilla. Like Godzilla finally emerging, and they're talking about, you know, something is being hidden by the government, and it's talking. Bryan Cranston's getting all the audio, and I'm like, oh my god, we're going to finally see Godzilla. It's so exciting. Then the moment comes, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Taylor Johnson get kidnapped by the Japanese government. Or not kidnapped, but arrested. Oh, I don't know why I said kidnapped. Maybe I just assume everyone gets kidnapped more than arrested in the movies. I don't know. But anyway, so, you know, all this crazy stuff's happening, and and a monster is about to emerge, and I'm like, oh god, what is it going to be? And it's something else. I admit, I was kind of bummed that Godzilla wasn't going to be, like, the first monster we see in full. But I was okay with it. It took me a second, but I was okay with it. I mean, obviously, they're going for a more Godzilla fighting this monster kind of aesthetic, which is what Godzilla's mainly famous for. I mean, he's fought several different monsters, so that's what they were trying to do. And usually you gotta want to set up the bad monster before you set up the good monster. So I was okay with that. And then he's causing all this destruction, he's breaking things, and then Bryan Cranston gets hurt, and Aaron Taylor Johnson gets hurt, and all this crazy stuff starts happening, and then Bryan Cranston dies. Now again, I was already kind of sort of bugged, pun intended, because it's kind of a giant bug, never mind. I was sort of already kind of bugged by that one thing, and now they kill off Bryan Cranston, and I'm like, huh. But again, I was able to work through it. I was able to like, okay, yeah, it sucks Bryan Cranston's not going to be in the movie anymore, but I think Aaron Taylor Johnson has enough of acting chops, if you will, to be able to hold the rest of the movie. Then the movie plays on, and then it plays on, and it plays on, and like some of the more human drama stuff they're showing, and some of the stuff with this new giant monster is getting kind of boring, and I'm like, okay, can we get Godzilla? I mean, I paid for a Godzilla movie. I didn't pay for a movie that happens to have Godzilla in it sometimes, or at least just his back. So once I kind of made this internal complaint, he finally was about to be revealed. So Godzilla emerges from the water, he looks fantastic, he's making giant steps, and I'm like, okay, this is the moment I've been waiting for. The film kind of dragged a little bit from this point, but now that moment has finally come. So they do it, and they pan up, and you see Godzilla's face, and I'm like, yeah, there he is, he looks so cool, and he roars, and I'm like, yes, this is it, and they're getting ready to fight. Yes, this is it. So you see Godzilla approach the Muto, and then new scene. Seriously, you're going to cut to a new scene instead of actually showing that. I don't want to see a little kid watching the news, watching this fight happen. I want to see the fight. I mean, it's one thing to cut to a scene of a little kid watching the fight on the news and then cutting back to the fight and then we actually get to see it. It's another thing to tease and build up all this awesome stuff and then never actually do anything about it. So this is the third time I've been bugged in this movie. I still feel like I'm in the opening of the movie, or at least the beginning of the middle of the movie. And this is the third thing I'm already being bugged about. Well, fourth thing if you count the dragging. And because I'm really bugged by this, I'm starting to get really bugged about the other stuff that I was able to be alright with. And then more stuff happens, more of the human story that, again, I was okay with, but it's just not being done well. I don't really care for Aaron Taylor Johnson in the movie, and even Elizabeth Olsen, who's an incredible actress, is being incredibly underused. And there's just exposition like mad. There's exposition like mad before Godzilla even showed up, but again, that one I was going to be alright with as long as it wasn't persistent in the movie. But no, there's just too much goddamn exposition in this movie. I don't care about talking. I'm sorry. And then finally, Godzilla enters a new city. I think it's San Francisco or whatever. And I'm hoping that we're actually going to see these guys fight again. And then out of nowhere, we're seeing these doors close. Because remember the trailer when you saw Godzilla's face and he was roaring and then the doors closed? That's actually not what happens. What actually happens is you see Godzilla and Muto about to fight, then the doors close, and I'm like, what the hell? But thankfully, the moment I've been waiting for comes. You see Godzilla finally fighting the Mutos, both of them, because again, there's two. And this is actually a really cool scene. Like, this whole, like, end scene is what I've been waiting for throughout this whole goddamn movie. And there's some pretty, like, crowd-pleasing, you know, hardcore awesome moments, especially when Godzilla finally uses his atomic blast. So then the fight's over, everybody finds everybody, and the city's destroyed, but at least, you know, it's safe from one set of giant monsters because it totally makes sense to bring in another giant monster. I don't know. So Godzilla leaves, the credits roll, and I'm like, huh. Like, I'm literally sitting there genuinely conflicted about this entire movie. The movie was well made, but that doesn't mean it's a good movie, and I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, I just didn't like this movie. There were aspects of it that I liked, but the aspects that I liked were in the movie for like 10 minutes or less, and the only thing I want that's 10 minutes or less is like my pizza. I want that in 10 minutes or less. Not that that's ever going to happen anymore, but still. But anyways, that's about it for me. In the comment section below, what did you think of Godzilla 2014? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your thoughts on it? Let this guy know. And of course, as usual, don't forget to like all the pages linked down below. You know, the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Tumblrs, all that stuff. Don't forget to like all those pages. And also, if you like what you see, subscribe. If you liked this video, like it. I totally forgot my usual end saying right now because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. So just bear with me. Either way, at the end of the day, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Click all the links, check out all the stuff, and I'll see you guys probably later this week with a Days of Future Past review, because I'm really excited about that, and I feel like it would be criminal if I didn't at least try to review that movie. So I'll see you guys then. Bye!